To me, healing is assisting someone on something on a journey. And as Ola and one or two others may have said, it's not, you don't give someone healing with the intention that you're going to cure them and make them better. Because if you do that, basically you're imposing on that person's karma, and your karma's not. Like the story of the Good Samaritan. He came down and he picked the bloke up out the gutter and rescued him and saved him. Whereas the guy that was beaten up in the gutter, that might have been his karma, that might have been the way he was meant to go. And he's come along and changed that. So when you give someone healing, when we give someone healing, the way that we've always done it is, the idea of healing is to make that person's journey, transition, smoother, not to change it. A lot of people give someone healing in hope, that you're going to avoid worst case scenarios when that person dies. And that's not your call. That person has free will. They've chosen how they're going to die. And none of us have got the right to come along and say, no, you're not going to die yet, it's too soon or whatever, it's not your time. We don't know that, and it's not for us to decide. So whenever you give anyone healing, or anything, a plant, an animal, whatever, you're not giving it healing to save it. If it's going to survive, it'll survive, and what we do is we make that smoother. We smooth the path out, however that pathway ends. And you see someone in particular that needs healing or something, like elementals and that, first thing you do is ask, can you give that person healing, or that object, whatever? Can you give that person healing? Are you the right person to do it? Are you on the same vibration? You may be so far apart that you giving that person healing, it might completely shake them up and turn them upside down, and it just makes their journey harder. So you've got to have consent or permission, whatever you want to call it, before you start. Even in an emergency, you're not going to sit there and go into a deep meditation for half an hour while a bloke's bleeding to death in the road. It's a 2-second, a nanosecond. Is this right for me, or am I right? Whatever, however you phrase it, doesn't matter. But what you're looking for is permission or acknowledgement that you are the person, or one of the persons. You are one of the persons to help this talk people, this other person. Some of you may go to someone, as hard as it may seem, you may go to someone that you know is struggling in whatever way, and you ask, am I the right person? And if you get no, then you walk away. Or you may just stand and watch, be on the periphery, but you don't actually give healing, because you're different vibrations and it'll all go pear-shaped. And to me, that's a very important thing to learn, because you can do more damage than harm if you're not meant to be there, or if you're not the one meant to do it. I'm going to do I don't know what you call it, hands and eyes. It's something, some of you guys I think I shared it with you already. But long time ago, I mentioned to you I did a massage course over in Auckland when we lived there. And the teacher, every evening when we got there, he said, I want you just to practice, just a bit of a ritual really. You rub your hands together, again with chakra type thing. Those of you that are wearing glasses, you'll have to take them off for 2 seconds. So you rub your hands together, get it really, really nice and hot. And then you take your glasses off, then rub your heads together, and you put them over your eyes. Just put them over your eyes. And then what you visualize is like a nice warm, slightly hot white heat going into your eyes, white light going into your eyes and right back into your brain. So that what that does, it helps you retain what you're listening to or whatever, any sort of new information you're studying. It helps you retain that knowledge. And I passed the massage test, so it must work. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a little, I have never done this before, so I'll make it up as I go. I'm going to do a little meditation based on that. So if we start the meditation when we're all ready, no panic. You don't have to stand like this. It's all right. I'm just drying out. So do your hands bit again and over your eyes, and then just hold them over your eyes for a wee while. And just take a few nice deep breaths and feel yourself begin to centre. And visualise that energy, that light, going in from your palm of your hand through the eyes. But it goes right back. And it comes to rest in the brain. And that helps you remember all that you see, all that you read. And now I'd ask you to visualize yourself in a learning situation. Whether it's a real one you remember or a fictitious one or even what we've been doing today so far. You see yourself taking part in that. Looking through the notes you may have written. The experiences that you've seen. And just allow them into your mind, into your brain, like little bits of cotton wool that float around and then come to rest in your brain, in a place where you can always recall them. And just allow those memories to settle with that information, with that learning, that knowledge. And now with this knowledge deeply embedded in your mind for future reference, just allow your awareness now to return to this room and slowly allow your hands just to drop from your eyes onto the table. And then just take a nice couple of deep breaths and wriggle your toes, fingers, whatever. Just allow yourself to be grounded again.